All right, today's lesson is lesson 2.3. We're going to talk about distributing. First off, let's just, and also simplifying expressions, not just distributing. But let us review the distributive property. Remember, when you distribute, you multiply to both terms inside the set of a parentheses here, right? So I have A out front, I'm multiplying A times B, and A times positive C. So I get AB plus AC. Make sure you pay attention to your signs, okay? In my second example, it says A times B minus C. So A times B gives me AB. Then A times negative C gives me negative AC. All right, that's, ooh, excuse me, I don't know what just happened there. That is how we do it, okay? So let's look at these examples here. In number 1, I have 4 times x plus 9. I'm going to distribute 4 to the x. That gives me 4x. And distribute 4 to positive 9. That gives me positive 36. In example number 2, I'm going to distribute 7 to k minus 3. 7 times k gives me 7k. 7 times negative 3 gives me negative 21. That's all there is to it. All right, so be careful when you're dealing with negatives here. Look at number 3. We're going to distribute negative 3 to n minus 8. Well, negative 3 times positive n is negative 3n. Negative 3 times negative 8 gives me positive 24, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Right, number 4, very similar. We're distributing negative 2 to 5x minus 2. Negative 2 times 5x is negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Okay, so now it is going to be your turn. Most of you should have this piece of paper in front of you. If you do not, please take the time to copy down these problems and practice on your own. Pause the video so you don't see the answers, because you want to check to see if you know what you're doing. All right, pause the video now. How'd you do? Did you get them all right? Pause the video and check against your answers. See if you had sign errors. You know, when you were distributing in a negative, did you make a mistake? Or when you were distributing into, did you make sure that you hit both terms in the parentheses? All right, here are 6 more examples. The very last one, you're distributing a fraction. Remember, when you multiply 2 fractions, you simply multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators and simplify if possible. You can also cross-simplify before you multiply. That'll help you having to simplify in the end. Then when you distribute 4/9 to 10, you're only multiplying the numerator times 10. So you get 40 over 9. And then simplify if possible. So pause the video and see what you know. Kablowie! All right, how'd you do? Check out 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Remember, when there's just a negative out front, maybe you want to draw yourself a little 1 and be like, oh yes, I'm distributing negative 1 into here, in case you got that one wrong. All right, let's keep moving on. All right, now you have a second set. This was a hefty packet I gave you all. I know that. What I would like you to do is take a moment and review combining like terms. This is what we worked on Friday, right? If you have like terms, you just simply add or subtract the coefficients, the numbers in front of the variables of the like terms. Okay, so you go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for 5 through 8, you're going to distribute, just like we just did. Pause the video and practice on your own. All right, now, what do you think? How'd you do? Did you get negative 6x for number 1? 17a minus 8 for number 2? 12w minus 14 for number 3? Negative 9k plus 14 for number 4? Hopefully you did. And then you remember what you learned on Friday, or what we did on Friday, because you've already learned this. This is old news anyway. So check your answers again for 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's look beneath that warm-up, okay? So it says about simplifying expression. An algebraic expression is in simplest form when it has no like terms. All right, so you're going to fill in the blanks with no like terms. No like terms. And no parentheses, because that we need to distribute, right? And when we distribute, that means we have parentheses. I believe I spelled that correctly. All right, so to simplify an algebraic expression, first we will distribute, and then we will combine like terms. Okay. Those are the steps, okay? So that's what we're going to do. When it says simplify the expressions, if you see parentheses, distribute, and then we analyze what we have, combine all our like terms down to its simplest form, and we are good to go. Let's look at some examples here. So I have 3 times x and 3 times negative 5. So I have 3x minus 15 plus 8x plus 1. I have like terms here. I have positive 3x and 8x. When I combine those, it gives me 11x. Then I have negative 15 and positive 1. Negative 15 plus 1 is negative 14. For number 2, I'm going to distribute 5n, because that's 5 times n. 5 times 6 gives me 30. Bring down my negative 21. Oh my, I hate when I do that. Okay, so now I don't have any other n terms, but I do have 30 minus 29. Those are both like terms. I mean, not 29, 21. Silly. All right, so since I don't have anything to combine with the 5n, just write that down. 30 minus 21 is positive 9. Now we're done. Okay, number 3, I'm distributing negative 7 to the parentheses. Negative 7 times w, negative 7w. Negative 7 times positive 4 is negative 28. Bring everything else down. All right, let's look and see what we have here. We have negative 7w and positive 2w. That gives me negative 5w. Negative 28 and negative 15. I better get out my little calculator for that, because I don't want to make a mistake. So negative 28 minus 15 gives me negative 43. That's as far as I can go with that. All right, number 4, I'm going to distribute positive 12 here. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times negative k is negative 12k. Bring down my negative 9k. I forgot to put my k. Now remember, we always want to put the variable term first when possible here. So I have negative 12k minus 9k. Negative 12 minus 9 gives me negative 21k. I don't have any other like terms with that positive 48, so I'm just going to put that in here in my simplified expression. Okay, so if you see parentheses, you just go ahead and distribute. And then you want to just combine your like terms. Okay, what I would like you to do is copy these problems down and try to see if you can handle it. Now remember, number 9, maybe you want to put a little 1 here that you're going to distribute negative 1 into the parentheses before you begin. Okay? Pause the video and try this on your own. Okay, so here you go. Check your answers. Check my work. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe you can find yours. Maybe you didn't make a mistake. Good job if you didn't. All right, let's look at the last 4 on this paper here. They're a little more challenging. If you need another second, just go ahead and pause the video to check your work. All right, so I'm going to skip number 11. I'm going to move right to number 12. Sometimes I have to distribute twice. So I'm going to distribute 2 to a minus 4. That gives me 2a minus 8. Then I'm going to distribute 3 to 9 minus a. 3 times 9 gives me 27. 3 times negative a gives me negative 3a. Now, same thing applies, right? After I distribute, just combine like terms. Positive 2a and negative 3a. 2 minus 3 is negative 1a. Then I have negative 8 and positive 27. That gives me positive 19. Okay, now I'll do number 13 with you, and then I'd like you to try number 14. All right, I'm going to distribute positive 8 to 2k. That gives me 16k. 8 times negative 7 gives me negative 56. Negative 4 times k gives me negative 4k. Negative 4 times positive 5 gives me negative 20. Do my k's first. 16 minus 4 gives me 12k. Negative 56 and negative 20 give me negative 76. Because they're both negative, just add them together. All right, so go ahead and pause the video, and I will solve 14, and hopefully you solve it too, and we get the same answer. Well, we're not solving it, we're simplifying it. Okay, did you get 18y plus 47? If you did, good job. All right, be careful of those signs. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. All right, so tonight's homework is that homework number 3 in the unit 2. It's only 1 page. And remember, I gave you guys that riddle assignment. I did attach it to this assignment. The riddle assignment was worth 5 extra credit points. But you have to show your work in order to get those extra credit points. So just bring that in with you on your next school day. And have a great time. Bye. Let me know if you need any help solving your homework, or if you don't understand something, just ask a question. I'm here for you.